So hello everyone, GEMA is back again to you with a new video. I myself, Janam Supriya, is here to teach you a very new topic in mathematics. So when you learn maths up to a certain point in school, we think maths is all about numbers, right? We do addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division, and many more things with numbers. But what if we know that alphabets also have something to do in mathematics? Yes. So today we are going to learn about algebra. So what is algebra? We're going to see today. Okay. So we are going to learn today about what is algebra and what are variables and constants in algebra, what is algebraic equation, and a summary of them. So the first thing, what is algebra? We'll start from what is algebra. Okay. So basically we know what are arithmetic operations, right? We do simple multiplication, addition, division, subtraction. We do everything with numbers. But what if we don't have those numbers to do, right? So algebra simply uses arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication involving both constants and variables. We already know about algebraic arithmetic operations, but we don't know what are constant and variables, right? So for knowing algebra wholly, we need to know what are constants and variables first. So this much is clear that it has something to do with arithmetic operations, but that also includes constant and variables. So let us see first what are constant and variables. Okay. So what are constants? So constant means fixed or which doesn't changes, the literal meaning. So the literal meaning of constant is something that remains same throughout, right? That doesn't change its value in any situation. So in mathematics too, it means the same. Something that doesn't changes, its value never changes, right? So constants are known numbers. In mathematics, they are known numbers. For example, 5 to 6.5, etc. So these numbers, do their value change at any point? No, right? Like 5 always remains 5. 5's value doesn't will never be equal to 4. For example, let's see. Yes, 5 will always mean 5 in all situation, whether we say 5 apples or 5 monkeys, right? The count will always remain 5. It won't turn to 4, right? So 5, we can never say that 5 is equal to 4. So 5 will remain 5. So every number, so 1 to infinity, every number will be a constant. So not only 1 to infinity, any number will be a constant because its value won't change. See, another example, 8 will always remain 8 in all situations, whether we say 8 books or 8 cups, right? The number 8 will remain 8. The count for 8 will remain same. So that is constant, right? It doesn't changes in any situation. So can you give some more examples of constants? Obviously, right? We can take any number and that will be a constant in algebra and mathematics. So we are clear with constant. Now we will move on to what are variables, right? What are variables? So variables, what is the literal meaning of variable? Something that changes, right? Something whose value change, that is not constant, that whose value changes with situation, right? That's the literal meaning. So variables means which changes or which is not fixed. So in mathematics also variables meaning is the same as its literal meaning. So variables are used, this is an important part, variables are used to represent unknown. Yes, in algebra we use variables in that place where we don't know the value. For example, I'm having chocolates, but I don't know how many chocolates I'm having. So I'm having some number of chocolates. I don't know. But that's some. We don't know. So instead of that, we can use a variable. So like what will be representing a variable? I'm saying that variable will be representing some number with unknown number, but what will we be using to represent that variable? Let's see. Okay, we can use any alphabet to represent variables. So we are having 26 alphabets and we can use any one of that alphabet to represent a variable. It can be X, Y, Z, it can be A, B, or C, it can be U, T, S, etc. It can be any variable, right? So we are having 26 variables. Suppose, for example, the previous example, I have some chocolates. I don't know how many numbers of chocolates I'm having. So I can say I'm having a number of chocolates. Now that a number can be 5, that a number can be 10, that a number can be 30. I may have 30 chocolates. So I don't know, right? So I'm just representing that unknown value with a variable that is a. So we are using an alphabet instead of uh, an unknown value, right? So to represent an unknown value. So we learned about what are constant and what are variables, right? So let us try to test ourselves. Which is constant and which one is variable? Here a number 5. It is given. So what is it? Is it a constant or a variable? Obviously it is a constant, right? 5 doesn't changes in any situation. So 5 values remain 5. So a is obviously a constant. Next one, alphabets O. O may be representing 5, O may be representing 3, O may be representing 20. We don't know. It's an unknown value, right? So that is a variable. Its value will be changing. So alphabet W is also a variable. Okay, we have another question, which is constant and variable. So number 26.7, though it is a decimal number, still its value won't be changing in any situation, right? So number 26.7 is also a variable. I'm sorry, it's also a constant. So number 26.7 is a constant. So and alphabet P is a variable. Since its value can be anything, it can be 10, it can be 1,000, it can be 1 lakh, its value depends, it's unknown. So it's a variable. So number 6,978 is also a variable. It's also a constant. It's not a variable. So this value will remain same in any situation, right? So which one of this is not a variable? Which one? A, B, or C? So option A is not a variable, right? 0.95 is a decimal number which will remain constant in all situations. So that is a constant. Other two are variables, right? Their value may change. Here also A is a constant, B is a variable, and C is a constant, since those numbers. So simply we could say any number in mathematics can be termed as a constant because its value doesn't change. So awesome. Okay, we now learned what are variables and what are constants in algebra, right? So we will be now looking upon why we are learning this algebra, right? We have learned that unknown numbers can be represented as variables. But what is the application of this? Okay, so what is the application? So that application, before going into it, we need to see what is algebraic equation. Okay, what is algebraic equation? So by seeing a map, can you exactly tell your location? Is that possible? We know our location. Okay, if it's an address, then we can exactly tell, right? But by seeing this map, can we say where we live? No, that's not possible, right? That's not possible for us. That's unknown, right? So same for algebra also, we use algebra in that places where we want to calculate some unknown values. Okay. So same way in algebra also, when we don't know any number, we represent it with alphabet, that is a variable. Whenever we don't know, just replace it with an alphabet. So it will make a complicated question into a simplified version of it, right? Okay. So in arithmetic, we write it as 2 plus 1 equal to dash, right? As a simple arithmetic question that we usually used to get. But in terms of algebra, when we don't know, here the unknown value is blank, right? But in algebra, when it is unknown, we represent it with an alphabet. That is a variable. That is, we represent it with x. So 2 plus 1 equal to x. So in algebra form, we are writing in this form. Okay. So x is a placeholder here. Yes. So this thing, this 2 plus x plus equal to x, this thing is called an algebraic equation. This thing is called an algebraic equation. Okay, so it has constant, it has operator, it has an alphabet, that is a variable, and an equal to. Okay, so we could say that equal to is an important part in algebraic equation, because we'll see why. Algebraic equation is a statement which says the two things are equal. Yes, algebraic equation is the thing which says that two things are equal. Previously, we have an equation, right? X plus, so we had 2 plus 1 equal to x. This thing says that 2 plus 1, the known value, is equal to x. So we have two, one is known value and one is unknown value. But we are saying that these two things are equal with the help of algebraic equation, right? Yes, so in algebraic equation, we simply say that two sides of it are equal and one side may be known and the other side may be unknown. Yes, and sometimes both the sides may be unknown when it involves more than one variable, a bit more advanced, but we will be seeing that later on. Yes, this is the application part. Okay, so why did we use algebra? Algebra is used to always calculate something unknown, right? So our main goal is to find that unknown value. Okay, so our main goal is to find the unknown value which will replace the variable. Okay, suppose, for example, here the previous example which we had, 2 plus 1 equal to x, right? We have 2 plus 1 equal to x. So here when we calculate further, we'll be getting, when we calculate 2 plus 1, we got 3, right? So we got 3. So 3 equal to x. That means, as we discussed before, both the sides are equal. It says that both the sides are equal, right? So x equals to 3. That means the value of x is 3, right? So the unknown value is now known. We were having an unknown value before, that is x variable, but now it is known. Now its value is 3, right? So this is the application. So let's see one more example. As I have said before, that algebra is mostly, okay, it is used for converting a complicated problem into a simplified version. Okay, it shows us a solution in a very simplified manner. Let's understand better. Okay, we'll see one more example, then we will be clear. For example, we have an algebraic equation 8 plus y equal to 10, which means that, can I say what must be added to 8 to get 10? It's that question, right? We have that question. What must be added to 8 to get 10? Now it's simple for us to think, but when we get bigger numbers, what if? right? What must be added to 1 lakh to get 9 9 lakh 885. 9 lakh 885. So that thing calculation is a bit it can get complicated, right? So to make that thing simplified, so we are going to use algebra. So 8 plus y, so what must be added to 8 to get 10? So that what, we don't know that what, right? So that what is represented by y here. So that what is represented by the alphabet y, the variable y here. So we need to solve this algebraic equation to get to know that what is it unknown value, what is it what, right? Okay. Okay, so for solving this equation, algebraic equation, we have some steps to follow. So what is it? Shift all values, okay, shift all values to one side, either left or right. Since we are having our alphabet on the left side, we will be shifting all the values, like all the constants with it. Okay, all other values except for that variable whose value is unknown, except that all the values will be shifting to the other side. Okay, but we can't just simply shift it, right? We need to keep some things in mind. So what are the things in mind? So when we shift an equation, okay, from left to right or right to left, what are the things we need to keep in mind is, okay, the sign changes. When we change the place, when we change the side from one's left side to right or the right side to left, the sign changes. Okay, how does this change? When a plus moves to left or the right side, let's say to its opposite side, it changes to minus. When multiplication changes, when multiplication changes its side, it changes to divide, and vice versa. That means when minus will change its side, it will change. The minus sign will be changed to plus, and divide will be changed to multiplication. The sign must be changes when the number sign must change when they're changing their sides, right? Okay. Okay. So when we calculate what we had before, the equation which we had before was 8 plus y equal to 10, right? We had this equation. So this, we are shifting this 8 to the other side. Initially it was plus 8, right? Plus, which is not shown. Initially it was plus 8. So when it changes its direction, it turns out to be minus 8. Okay. So now we have variable on one side and all the constants on the other side, which can be calculated, right? All the knowns one on the one side and all unknown one is on the other side. Okay, so when we calculate step 3, when we calculate, we get 10 minus 8 will give the value of y. Yes, 10 minus 8 is 2. So y is equal to 2. So here, the unknown value which we were having is now known. What was the question we had before? What should be added to 8 to get 10, right? So that what was unknown. Now we have the value for that what. Now we have the value for y, right? That's 2. That means 8 must be added, 2 must be added to 8 to get 10. So that's the unknown value which with calculation turned out to be a known value. So this is how we use algebra in calculation to make a difficult, okay, complicated problem into a very simplified version of it. Okay. Okay, let's try some examples. Okay. We have d minus 4 equal to 10. It has an equal to, it has a variable, it has a constant, it has arithmetic operations also performing. Right? We are performing algebraic operations also. So this we can say it is an algebraic equation, right? It is an algebraic equation. But what is the task? We need to know the unknown value here, right? So what is the unknown value? It's d. So we need to know the value for d. It can be any number. Okay. from what number should we subtract 4 to get 10? Okay, so we need to shift. First step is we need to shift this number to the other place, right? To the other side. So when we shift, what we have to keep in mind? Sign changes. Sign changes from plus to minus, minus to plus, multiply to division, division to multiplication. So this minus 4, when it changes its side, it turns out to be plus 4. Yes, minus 4 changes to plus 4. So when we calculate, we get d equal to 14. Okay, the unknown value's value was 14. Now it's known. So this is how an equation is solved. Let's try one more. Okay, we have x plus 9 equal to 9. It is an algebraic equation. So this 9 has to be shifted to the other side, right? Okay, when it shifts, it changes to x equal to 9 minus 9 plus 9 changed to be minus 9, right? So x is equal to 9 minus 9 is 0. So x value, the unknown value is 0. The unknown values, the unknown variable values is 0. Now it is known. So this is also simple. This is also when we solve, it will be, so all the numbers are already on, all the constants are already on one side. So we can simply solve 6 minus 4 is 2. So here y is equal to 2. The unknown value turns out to be known 1. So this is how we apply algebraic expression. So we know now what is algebra, right? This is used when something unknown comes in our equation, right? Something unknown is there that we need to know. We need to know its value, right? Okay. So that's it for this video, and GEMA will come back to you with a new video again. Till then, tata, bye bye. Thank you so much.